Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all well. It is super hot in London. Super, super hot. So I should be on stage. Let me check that you can see me. Guys, can you see me? My iPad is dead. Hey. I'm just checking that I'm actually on the stage because I can't see myself. Oh, you can see and hear me. Okay, great. Great. How are you all? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Today has been a very trying day. Today was a recording day for me, and I normally can bang out 4 to 6 videos in one day, but something kept going wrong, whether it was my mic, I keep accidentally putting on pause, or the computer's just overheating, even though it's a brand new MacBook. So, no slides today, guys. I did have time to create slides, but the day just did not go to plan. So no slides, but I do have talking points. So I think it'll be very informal. I'm just going to talk through some points around niche, and how you choose the perfect, there's no such thing as a perfect niche, but how you choose the right niche for your business, how you make sure it's profitable, because it's so important, because it's what you basically anchor your whole product around, your whole business around. And so if you don't choose the right niche, you're basically not setting yourself up for success. So I'm going to give a few pointers, and then it will just be basically a Q&A, and you can ask me any questions you have, whether you are trying to decide on your niche, you need some support, or if you just have other general questions. This is a Q&A. I'm really excited, but also quite nervous, because there's like 3 full days left before I launch my membership on Monday. So I've done all of the content, but it's just pulling it all together. So the reason why I mention that is because once my membership launches on Monday, you'll basically have the opportunity to be in there asking me questions and getting my feedback on stuff. It's not just about, there's a course inside. It's not just about a course. It's also about like giving you that real time feedback. So that's going to be available, and not so much for everyone on the call, but people watching. My inbox is out of control now. So if you're emailing me and asking me for advice, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't have capacity to get back to people anymore. So I hate that, but it is what it is. So in my community is where you're going to really be able to get that kind of advice. Okay, so let's jump in. We're going to talk about niches. Thank you for the free content. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. So let me just say hi. I haven't even said hi. Where are you guys dialing in from? I feel like I've had such an intense day and my energy's a bit low, but I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna definitely raise it for this call. Kitty, hey girl, so good to see you. Hi Jane. Can't wait. I think these people jumped in just before the live. Hello, my beautiful soul too. Great. Oh, Denise, I recognize you there. Amazing. Peter, hey. Hi, Jane. I'm thinking about entering the AI niche where I can help other businesses grow with AI. I mean, AI is one of the most popular and profitable niches at the moment. It's still in its infancy, which is a good thing. There's still lots of opportunity to carve out your own unique proposition, and really have a perspective on how you bring AI to businesses. What I would say, though, that this niche is rapidly advancing, and so you need to, if you don't already have advanced AI skills, you need to apply yourself to learning them. And I'm not just talking about YouTube school, although you can find a lot on YouTube. Like, get a qualification if you can. Go and enroll in. I know Google has some AI certifications. I don't know how much they are, but yeah, if you're serious about AI, I just think you need to have the knowledge, and you need to be really up to date because it's changing every week. I have a newsletter that gives me basically the skinny on what's been happening in the world of AI, and it's changing significantly every week. So you just have to commit to actually being an expert so you can really bring that to your business and you'll be able to charge. Like, that's the thing. It's like you're either willing to invest and then you reap the rewards because you're able to have a higher value skill set and then you charge for it, or you just go with the free stuff, but you'll realize you're behind the curve. Like, stuff comes on YouTube 3-4 months later after it's launched. All of that AI twin stuff you see all over YouTube now, that's been going for like 6 months. So just that's just a word of advice that I would have on that. You're welcome, Austin. I know you're from Austin. Can I actually remember Mississippi, Puerto Rico? Hi, Shannon. Cheshire, not far. I don't think I've never been to Cheshire or Cheshire. Cape Town. Okay, amazing, amazing. Okay, I love to see you guys. All right, I feel a bit weird about slides. I'm a bit of a slide girl, and then I just realized I recorded a whole course without slides. Sometimes it's easier. So, what I want to talk about, there's a couple of different things, and I really need these to land so that you guys are not wasting time. That's what I'm most. I think that's what I'm most aware of when it comes to learning how to create a business and make money online. You can go down so many different rabbit holes and you can end up wasting a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time early in my journey. Not only does it demotivate you because you're not making progress, you're not making money, and it doesn't make you want to continue, but it also just makes you lose confidence in yourself. So, as much time I can save you guys from making mistakes and going down roads that are just either very difficult or just not going to get you where you need to go, that's what I will do. So, the first thing you need to understand is that a lot of people think that they need to be very passionate about their niche. I've spoken about this before, and that's a myth. You don't have to be very passionate about your niche. And even while you do have to have a certain degree of interest, because otherwise you're going to get bored with it very quickly, there are three at least. I haven't got any notes today, but as I write them down, it might be more. There are three things at least that are more important than you being passionate about your niche. I wish I could write it down. I might write it down on a post-it note and show you. I always need like a little visual, not need, like a visual cue. So the first thing that is more important than passion when choosing your niche, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, is no, this is not going to work. But it is demand. Okay. You need to make sure that you're not just choosing something that just you and maybe a handful of other people are interested in. There needs to be demand. There needs to be an active need from your audience for your topic, for your product. Okay. So let's go back to the AI niche. There is a huge demand at the moment from businesses and from normal people as normal people, non-businesses as well, to better understand AI, to use AI in a more efficient way in their life and their business. Huge, huge demand, right? Let's contrast that with something there isn't as much demand as, like, maybe your niche is like how to pick the perfect office space. There might be demand for this, by the way, but the demand is a lot lower because businesses are not thinking about office space right now. They're thinking about how to be more agile. They're thinking how to be more technology first. And so it's really important that you use techniques to actually do the research to find out if what you're potentially thinking of selling is what people are actively searching for. There's a couple of ways to do this. I break it down in much more detail inside my community. But you can do this through tools like Answer the Public. This is a search-based tool. They do have a free trial, I think 7 days, and then you get a couple of free searches every week or every day. But you can go in there, type your niche. It basically tells you how many searches it's getting from Google, right? So that is one element, although it's becoming less and less important now that people do it with AI. So the second thing you can do is ask AI. Now, please listen when I say this, don't ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't have up-to-date search data. It has search data, but not up to date. So you really need to use something like Perplexity. Also has a free model, and that has access to search data, both AI search data and Google search data. Other places you can check is like Reddit, Facebook groups. You can actually even go on YouTube. I love searching on YouTube and TikTok because people like to leave comments. People like to talk about the things they're interested in. So it's really important that you do your research, not just through ChatGPT, but you actually go out and do your research and make sure people are interested. Okay. So that's the first thing that's more important than passion, demand. The second thing is making sure that you're aligning with a profitable umbrella topic, is the way I'll say it. So, three umbrella topics are always profitable because they link to human needs. And this is not something for this live, but if you want to go and do some research, go and look at Maslow hierarchy of needs. This is a marketing model that I studied in uni. I do have a master's in marketing. I studied in uni and I thought, well, this is not useful, but it actually is because it breaks down human psychology and basically the things that we are hardwired to want to spend money on. We want to spend money on our health because we know we need to be healthy to actually experience and enjoy life. We want to spend money on getting to a better financial position, okay? Because we know that if we invest in our finances, normally that's going to have a long-term positive impact. And we want relationships. Humans are social beings, even the most introverted ones like myself that spend a lot of time alone. We need good relationships, whether that's with our spouse, whether that's with our work colleagues, whether that's with our parents, siblings, right? So these are the things that human beings are wired to spend money on. It doesn't mean that anything outside that is not going to be profitable, but these three are going to be the most. And these are really big umbrella topics because relationships could even include stuff like pet relationships. Okay, it's a big topic. But I do have a niche dashboard. I will add it to the description after this so you can grab. I've got 150 profitable niches in there and you can go and grab one that you like. So we talked about demand, we talked about the psyche and what umbrella topics we're more likely to spend on as human beings. The third thing that is more important than passion is a lived experience. Now, I always say you do not need to be an expert in your niche, but you need to be able to tell a story. You need to be able to tell your audience how you were at this point where you were struggling with what they're struggling with or something similar. And I talk about this a lot. Like when I started my journey, I was on Etsy. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a proper niche. It took me a year to get acclimatized this whole thing. So I always tell you that story. And then after how I am now in terms of, obviously I'm no Alex Hormozy, but I know exactly how to make money with digital products. And so you need to be able to tell a similar story. You were at a place before, you discovered your solution. It doesn't have to be the best solution, but you discovered a solution and now you're at the other side. It's called the transformation, how you went from point A to point B, okay? You need to have experienced some sort of transformation yourself in order to help others. You're not going to go to someone that's never made a dime online and ask them to teach you how to make money online. They might be interested in it. It might be a passion. They might watch YouTubes about it all day, but if they haven't done it, you don't want to learn from them, do you? And so that is really important. Okay, so that's the key point that I wanted to get you guys really comfortable with, that it's not just about the passion, that there are other things that are actually more important. If you can blend them together, if you can find something that you're passionate about and has demand, or passionate about and sits in health, wealth, and relationships, or passionate about and you have a lived experience, that is what I like to call the sweet spot. And they are the best possible niches. And they're all individual. So I can help you based on what you let me know in this live to find your own sweet spot. So let me see what we've got. I'm going to take some questions. I've got some other notes, but I can circle back to those. I have ADHD and I've done lots of things, but never become an expert in anything. I'm really into personal development, organization. Okay, so what I would say, live the life you love. Do you have a personal lived experience where you've overcome something, where you've been able to become more organized, or where you've been able to develop yourself personally, right? Because these are two niches that do fit inside health, wealth, and relationships. Technically, personal development and organization are part of your mental health. So think about like what experiences you've had, even though you don't feel like you've become an expert. You don't have to be an expert. You just need to be able to have something that you can tell other people about or teach other people about. And this is the thing, to teach other people, you don't have to be at level 100. You could just be at level 5 and they're at level 1. You've still got something to teach them. And actually, a lot of people want to learn from people that aren't all the way there, but are just a few steps ahead of them. Okay. Because what happens is when you get to the expert level, you no longer have time, your costs are too high. Like the beginners can't relate to you anymore. Okay. So that's what I would say. Have a think about it. The personal development and organization is good. I would try to narrow it down to a specific niche. So maybe how to be more organized as someone with ADHD. That's a specific niche, and that's hopefully something that you have experience in. Hello. Oh, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. Normally they're like a little bit more formal with the slides, but I'm actually preferring it not to. What's that? I'm not aware of that one. I mentioned answer the public. Is that what you mean? It's called answer the public. I'll just type it in the chat. Not affiliated. I don't have any affiliates. It's just the site that I use to do some research. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Jasmine. What is your niche? Because this could be something that you repurpose to help other people, and then that could become the niche for your product. Or maybe you're into something else. Would love to know. I'm a Christian developer. I love that. And I want to develop I want to develop 4 Christian micro and like apps for their audiences. I hope you but now to turn it into a digital product. Okay. If you want to do done for you apps, that is a super high ticket digital product. But I think that that's something that you would offer at like a lower point in your funnel. So your front facing offer, the offer that most people would see, it might be like a masterclass, how to create an app, or a masterclass on like all the things you need if you want to become a Christian micro influencer. So you might be targeting people that want to become Christian influencers. There's a lot of them actually online on YouTube. I watch a lot of them. I'm also Christian. So it might be a masterclass where you're teaching people maybe basic tech skills. So a lot of people aren't necessarily ready for an app, but maybe they might want to create an AI program, or maybe they might want to create some sort of like affirmation card. There might be other things in the tech world that I'm not as experienced with this, but aren't as developed as an app, but still deliver some of the same interface, right? I think of ChatGPT, a custom GPT could be good. And some sort of masterclass, some sort of how you can become a technologically sound micro influencer. So, and then off the back of that, once they've been through their masterclass, or once they're more established as influencers, you can be like, have you ever thought of offering your audience an app? These are type of things you could consider. I can actually create the whole thing for you. That's still a digital product, but it's obviously a done for you service. It's more of like a consultation type of product. I'd be interested in what type of apps, because there is a lot of Christian apps out there. I'm assuming that like you don't mean like a Bible app, because it's kind of done. So think about how you can be quite unique in the type of app that you create. Um, and then you can go from there. So start listing out some things that you're interested in, or that people in that audience are interested in. And then you can start to like, once you're making content and once you've got a community, you can say, look, I'm thinking of these things, like which one aligns with you the most, which one do you want to see the most? I do this all the time on YouTube. I ask you guys all the time, what do you want to see from my lives, and what do you want to see, and what do you want to see? Like, I'm always asking, so that I can make products that you really, really like. So I hope that's helpful. Do you recommend adding affiliate links throughout your digital products? Yeah, if you've got them and if they align, don't try and shoehorn them in. So if you're naturally talking about something in your digital product and it's an affiliate program that you have an affiliate link, hyperlink it. Yeah, definitely. The guy you studied. What do you mean? What do you mean, Brittany? Bit kitty, sorry. What do you mean? Um. Oh, sorry. So it's Maslow. Maslow hierarchy of needs. I spelled hierarchy wrong. I've got dyslexia. Just let me be. Yeah, so Maslow, he is a behavioral psychologist. It's pretty old theory, but it still applies today, which is quite interesting. A bit like Freud, whoever did psychology, you know how old he is, but a lot of his teachings are still taught today because they still apply. Hi Tamika, I actually just reviewed your product in the review video, which I'm gonna drop soon. Didn't get any prompt. That's unusual. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube doesn't prompt people, or sometimes it prompts people when I've already been live. And I wanted to send an email, but if you're on my email list, you already know that I've got an email sequence going out. And I'll be very honest, it's part of my launch for my community. And I didn't want to send 2 emails in one day. That's annoying. Although I will do it the weekend to remind you guys to get on the wait list. Um, how do you position an offer that sits at the intersection of subconscious programming, Black womanhood, and spiritual liberation? Wow. That is powerful. I would say all of these things are interrelated because there are a lot of Black women going through like awakenings, spiritual liberation, spiritual reawakenings, subconscious programming. I'm not an expert in, but I think like you can connect that to behavioral stuff. So I would focus on spiritual Black women as your overall niche, and then think about what is the specific problem at this where all of these things meet. What is your audience, your person? I like to give them a name. My ICA, ideal customer avatar, her name is Lauren. I like to humanize her. So I'm always like, okay, what's Lauren struggling with right now? And normally it's things that I was struggling with a year ago or even 6 months ago. Like I really like to contextualize it in like, this is a person. She has all of these things going on, but what is she struggling? Like, what is the problem that she's trying to overcome? And that is the road into your niche. Okay. So is she struggling with her spiritualization? Does she want to get more spiritual? Does she want to become more aware of her subconscious programming? Like those are type of questions that you need to ask. And from there, then go and do the research to find out if that's actually, reflective on TikTok, Reddit, all of the things that I spoke about at the start of the live. I don't know if you were here in terms of making sure there's actually demand. So that's what I would do first. But that's an amazing niche and I would love to see what you do with it. Okay. Certified pharmacy technician. Yeah, create a course. Okay, so what would the course do? Would it teach people how to also become licensed pharmacy technicians? Or would it teach people that are already technicians how to increase their skills or develop themselves further? So that's what you have to do. Like when you start to get your niche, that's a great niche, but then you need to start to think about, okay, what's the hyper specific problem that I'm helping someone with? And from there, reverse engineer your course, but don't create your course until you know exactly what's the before moment and what's the after moment. Okay. The waitlist is still available. It's going to be in the description. It's all over the emails. If you're on my email list, I apologize from now, but I need you guys on that waitlist or you're going to miss the special pricing. And if you miss it, you miss it. I'm afraid. But it is still available. We'll drop it in the chat. Community-based apps. Yeah, I mean that's good. I really like that. And I don't want to discourage you from this at all. I feel like creating apps can be challenging because there are a lot of mainstream apps that offer the same functionality. Who knows about school? Alex Hormozy and Sam Owens app for courses and community. I'm about to launch on that app, right? They were $99 a month for a long time, very popular, and they've now just launched a $9 plan. So if I'm a Christian entrepreneur, I'm going to know about school and I'm going to be like, well, why am I creating my own app when I can just use school, which is already creating a lot of people already familiar with it? So maybe if you've got a real unique proposition, then create an app. But maybe it's more like a resource to help people create their own communities within their apps, help people to create their own offers that they would then deliver via those community apps. I think that's a lot smarter and I think it's a lot more sustainable. Oh, I love this question. Repurpose IO, baby. I've talked about it in a couple of lives, maybe not enough. My last masterclass, I talked about it a lot. Go on Repurpose.io, repurpose.io. I do have an affiliate for it. Would love if you could use my link, but if not, don't worry. Go on there and literally sign up for a 2-week free trial. Set up the workflow once, and it's going to automatically take all of your old TikTok videos and post them day by day on YouTube. That's how I got started on YouTube. Before I was posting my long form videos, I was repurposing tons of my TikTok videos. If you go back through my shorts, tons of them. I didn't get loads and loads of followers, but it helped with my views and it helped with my momentum. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to be doing that weekly, by the way, guys. I posted about it on my community wall yesterday, I think. I'm going to be reviewing your landing pages. I got about 200 submissions for the in one day, and I was able to feature about 5 or 6. So I can't do it at great scale, but I will pick digital products and I will review them so that everybody can see like and learn from each other basically. And then if you want to jump into mentorship, you can get one-on-one reviews. But I just think like rather than me always pumping out these videos with like all of this information that can sometimes overwhelm, I really want to give you guys practical tips. And to get those videos out quick, I won't be editing them either. They'll be raw and direct. I did one today. I'm probably going to launch it quite soon. Post it, sorry, quite soon. Yeah, I don't know why does that. It's very annoying. And I don't want to hang around at the start because you guys are here. I don't want to have you hanging around. Sweden. Yes, I'd love to go to Sweden. I'd love to go to Sweden. That would be amazing. My target's name is Clara. Okay. And guys, this really helps. And it might sound like a little bit silly, but giving your audience an actual name and like picturing them in your mind, like, oh, Clara is 53. She lives in Newport. She's about to retire. I just made that up. But like, if you really deeply understand your audience, obviously it can vary, but like the more deeply you get it, you connect with them, the better your product will be, number one, and the better your content will be. Trust me. Trust me on that one. I've only gone through one of my points. What else? Okay, so there's another point I want to make around being multi-passionate, but I only want to make this point if people actually feel this way in the chat. So let me know if you're someone that is struggling to choose your niche or your product idea because you're interested in lots of different things. Because I have a bit of a word for you if you do. If not, we will cover something else. Let me get through some more comments. There's actually quite a few. I would love to create a Christian English okay, yeah, I love that. I'm still trying to the format is. Don't worry about making it too unique when you start. Just, and I know this sounds like me massively simplifying it, but just sit down and record the video. Just put your phone. This is what I did. I put my phone on some books. If you go back to some of my first videos, very embarrassing. And I just started talking. And I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to talk about yet. But like, I literally just started getting it out there. And the more that I just got in the habit of doing it, and I was like, oh, I like this style with the screen share. Like that was me for a while. Every video was a screen share because I loved it. And like, I love the style with the slides. When you see me do those slide videos, they take a long time to prepare, long time, days, in fact. They are unique. There are other people doing slides, but they don't look like mine. And I love them, but it's not the format I'm going to do all the time because it takes so long. So think about the type of format that you can get out quickly. With YouTube, it's like you want to just get the reps. Your first 30 videos are not going to be great. So just get them out as soon as you can. And then you start to learn what you're comfortable with, what times of day you like to record, what you actually like to talk about, what people actually respond to. So yeah, don't navigate. Like Voyage to ESL, I want to see a video out from you next week. I'm going to follow you. I wrote that down. Follow you. I'm going to subscribe. Voyage to ESL. I'm going to subscribe, and if I don't see you release a video next week, I don't know what I would do because I can't DM you on YouTube. But like, just get it out there. Trust me. Nobody's watching at the start. Nobody's watching. Please do, my love. What do you think about offering one-on-one consultation without having a degree? Yeah, you don't need a degree. You don't need a degree. No. If you have experience, if you have things that you can share, as long as you can help someone with something, you don't need a degree. Absolutely not. And Denise, I know you have a lot to offer. I know you have a lot of life experience to offer. So please approach that confidently. The only thing I would say with one-to-ones is to make sure that you get some sort of form filled out before. You can't just walk into a one-to-one blind, not knowing what that person wants from you, not knowing where they're at in their journey. So just create a Google form. It's free. Create a Google form and ask them basic questions that you need to prepare. Even if you just look at it 10 minutes before, you know that you're going in, you're talking to someone about this specific topic. This is what they've struggled with. So that would be my one thing with one-to-ones. But if not, just get going. Amazing. Digital claims adjuster product. Not sure I know enough about what that is. Outcomes ChatGPT. I don't know enough about what that is to give you a product idea off the rip. Oh, it's insurance. Can you tell me what the what's the solution? Like how does it save people time? Why would someone use that? Sorry, that's so far out of my wheelhouse, but if you can give me some examples, I can help you. I want to help women who are physically abused heal through the word of God, but I'm not too versed in social media and don't know how to go about it, to be honest. Yeah, that's really powerful. I think my advice is always to start with Pinterest and YouTube. And I think if you look at my Pinterest series and not plugging, but plugging Pin Perfection, which is my custom GPT that will come up with content ideas for you, I think you'll find it quite easy because you could do a mix of like quotes. Quotes still work. That's why Instagram theme pages are still making money. You can also do quotes slash affirmations. You could also do like Bible verse like breakdowns. I see this quite a lot. Like they'll put the Bible verse there and then like how it can be interpreted in that specific context. So like you could do Bible verses for women healing from domestic abuse, for example. You could also create content around like how to rebuild confidence. I think it's best not to necessarily double down too much on the abuse, given that that's a really painful memory. But where are they at now, and what is the repair? What does the healing journey look like? What do they need? Do they need self-care? What do they need to help them with that? That is where I would focus the content. I would start on Pinterest and YouTube. And you can repurpose your pins. If you're doing video pins, you can repurpose them to YouTube as shorts. With YouTube, you can just do motivational music with like text on top if you don't want to show your face at first. You can do faceless videos. So You can use AI programs like Google VO3. Google that. Go onto YouTube. You'll see lots of examples of how people are using Google VO3. There's actually a Bible channel that I don't have to hand right now, but I will post about it because I love it. And that could be some good inspiration for you. Mm. Amazing. It feels like you could connect with daughter of Yahuwah? Yahuwah? Say that wrong, sorry. It sounds like you ladies can probably connect and maybe do some sort of collaboration. Please don't be scared of that either, guys. You can collaborate with people in your niche. It helps both of you. It will help grow both of your profiles. So try that out. Did you miss the announcement? Yeah, I've been mentioning it starting on Monday, this Monday the 14th. Keep an eye on your emails. You need to be on the wait list to get my special pricing. And I'm excited, very excited for it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Patricia, I'm not sure what you're saying me about, but yay. Where's the wait list? I've checked my emails. Maybe I'm going to your junk. I'm going to post it right after this. Keep forgetting to put it in my description. I'm such an introvert. I've got a video coming out. I think I'm going to launch it on Saturday about building a brand as an introvert. I don't expect this video to get views, by the way. YouTube is a whole different subject, and I want to do a lot of lives just about how to grow on YouTube. There's some videos it's not about getting views, and I'm about to release one where I'm fully expecting it to get like 800 views, which isn't a lot for my channel. But I want people to know that as an introvert, you can still build an amazing personal brand. I'm an introvert, believe it or not, and I've just been able to implement strategies that have helped me show up online and actually have confidence. So that video is coming out. You'll love it. Where exactly should I start? Pinterest. I think it's the best place to start, especially because you could do faceless. You don't have to post every single day. I spend one day planning. Well, I'd say I spend one day planning and one day scheduling, maybe half a day. So together it's one day, but I spend half a day planning, half a day scheduling my Pinterest for the whole entire month. So it's not a platform where you need to be on all the time either. But before you do that, you need to make sure you have a niche and you have a product. I wouldn't go for any lesser known platforms because you want to be out there, you want to get traffic. So yeah, I wouldn't personally. That's me. A lot of people are saying that's me, but I can't remember what exactly I said at that point. I've started on Pinterest, but I know that YouTube would be best. Yeah, and by the way, they do slightly different things. I think I mentioned this before. Like YouTube, for me, it's been the bigger game changer than Pinterest because I've been able to monetize it in more ways than I thought. So Pinterest specifically for my digital products was a game changer. I started doing it before I came on YouTube, but doubled down again after I jumped on YouTube. That drives traffic to my site. Not everybody converts because some people don't watch my YouTube videos. They don't know who I am. They don't know me. They don't like me. They don't trust me. So sometimes it takes a while to convert. But what I would say on YouTube, because I'm able to show more of my personality, you're able to connect with people quicker. And the quicker people connect with you, the quicker they buy. They don't buy straight away usually, but the quicker they buy once they begin to trust you. Also with YouTube, you can monetize off brand deals. I have a video on my channel showing you how to do that. I was alarmed at how many subscribers, like the low amount of subscribers that I had when I first got my brand deal. I thought I needed to hit like 50K, which I never thought would happen, but it was literally 1K and I was getting brand deals. So you can monetize through that. You can monetize through your digital products. And then when you get to the point, you can also monetize through AdSense. So there's just so many options with YouTube. That's why it's just a heavy hitter. So if you can, do both. And I don't do any Instagram. I keep thinking about going back to Instagram. When I say back, I mean like I want to just try it, but YouTube will always be my focus. Like if I have 1 hour to create content is going to be on YouTube. Although I can't really do a video in an hour. But if I only have a certain amount of time to create content, it'll always be on YouTube. What if you don't want to do social media? Yeah, I've talked about that. It has to be Pinterest and it has to be YouTube. For me, YouTube isn't social media, it's more of an entertainment platform. Pinterest is a visual search platform. It might seem like social media, it's not. If you don't want to do any of those, like even Pinterest and YouTube freaks you out, then your only options are ads. You need to pay for traffic. It's not a bad thing. I started off with ads, whole different topic though, but you need to pay for traffic, or you need to do some sort of collaboration with like an influencer, like pay them to talk about your product or something, which I don't have any experience in, so I can't recommend. Yeah, help each other. Honestly, this is the way it works through community. Oh, so that's what I asked. I asked about multi-passionate. I understand. I remember now. I was thinking, why did one say me? What did I ask about? Okay, so let me talk about this. Then I'm going to catch the rest of your questions, okay? And I've got loads of other points, but we'd have to make a part 2 for this live. So I'm just looking at the other points I had. Sorry. Okay, no, maybe we can fit it all into one live. So what I wanted to talk about is being multi-passionate, because so many of my students, I mean more than 70%, come to me and they say, I don't necessarily have a problem with niche ideas. I have a problem with choosing one because I'm into loads of different things. I like fitness. I like fashion. I like talking about mental health. I like this. I like that. La, la, la. And I can relate to that as somebody that is also multifaceted. There's a lot of things about me you probably don't know. But what the advice that I was seeing not so recently, maybe like 6 months ago, there was this trend where people were saying, oh, you don't need a niche. You can just talk about anything. Just talk about the things you like. It's fine to be multi-passionate in your business. Just put it all out there. And I couldn't disagree more with this. Okay. You can be multi-passionate as a person, but it does not work for business. Let me tell you why. If you have a YouTube channel and you are just posting about everything, what about if I started posting about all the things that I like? I would have makeup on there. I would have hair. I would have Christian content. I would have interior design content. I would have this weird obsession that I have with oats, like loads of things I would have on there. It would attract so many different people. The people that are interested in interior design might not be interested in business. The people that are interested in makeup might not be interested in my weird oats thing. You're going to just get this kind of mishmash of different people on your channel, and it might do okay for views, but what you will struggle then is to sell any singular digital product, because it will only apply to a certain subset of your audience. It would also completely mess up your algorithm. Okay, so what you need to do is hold all of that multi-passionate greatness in your personal life and focus specifically your business on one area. And it should be the area that either is the most profitable, because let's be honest, we're all here to make money, or the one that you have the most transformation that you can help people with. Okay. Make sure you build an audience of people that are all similar in some way, interested in that one thing. And you can still have variety, right? Because I said the other day, I'm about tired of talking about digital products. But then I started talking about Pinterest and I talked about brand deals. I've got a series coming up about productivity. So they're slightly different, but they're all relating to the same type of person that wants to start an online business, wants to make more money with digital products, wants to have a life of freedom. So you can have some variety within your niche. And sometimes I know when I make a video, like the introvert, how to build your brand as an introvert, I know that's not going to appeal to all my audience. I know I'm not going to get less views, but I just want to make the content. I just want to make it. And so you can make that decision on some content that you just want to make. You know that it's loosely related to your niche. You can kind of make a connection, but not loads. And then the rest of the time, about 60 to 70% of the time, you should be so focused on making content for your niche, because that's how you get leads that are actually going to buy your product. Okay. People watching my introvert personal brand might not want to make a digital product, and therefore they're not going to buy from me. And then that's fine. But make sure that you don't do that with all of your content. You just do it with some. So I hope that made sense. I know I talked about this from a content perspective, but at the end of the day, if you can't make content about it that's going to convert into sales, then there's no point having a product about it. No point at all. It's all about traffic. You don't get sales without traffic, and you don't get traffic without content. I hope that lands. That's essentially my point. So coming back to the questions, I'm going to end with the 4 questions that you can ask yourself to help you find your niche. That's what I'm going to end with. Let me first respond to the rest of these questions in the live. Okay, this is a really good niche. There's a lot of people in survival mode. There's a lot of people that have scarcity mindset in lots of different manifestations. So I like this. This is a good niche. Really good and very aligned for Pinterest. You're welcome. You think it'd be smarter to sell how to do light coding? You could. Maybe this is not my niche. I don't have enough insight on the demand. How many Christian micro influencers want to do light coding? Is that a kind of mainstream problem, or is it a problem that enough people would pay for? Because I feel like you would have to charge quite high for this course. It's not going to be something that everyone's going to be interested in. So you're probably looking at like a 497 or a 997 course. And so you just need to make sure there's demand, because that requires a lot of content, I think. You're welcome. I'll have a video out by next week. I'll be checking. I will be checking. I've written it down. When it goes on a post-it note, it means it's happening. My niche is helping women heal after heartbreak. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's a great niche. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women out there that need to heal after heartbreak. So, Denise, you have no problem with demand. But I want to help people work. Oh, to be able to get into insurance. Okay. So then you need to talk about the transformation of having a better job. That's like, it's less about insurance. It's more about like, unless you're appealing to people already in the field, but it's more about like, did you know that you could be earning this much as an insurance loss adjuster? Or did you know that there is this type of development? Or did you know that contractors are able to get these kind of opportunities? So I think that your comms, your marketing need to be more so focused on recruiting people from other corporate industries or lower, more junior talent, maybe within the same industry, and literally educating them on this as a opportunity, as a career opportunity. That's what I would recommend. And so you're talking about the developmental, the financial, and the career progression opportunities that come with this product. That's what I would say. Same. I'm literally the same. And I just had to do a lot of inner work, which I will have the video on Friday. No, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday. I'll drop. I'm tired. I'll drop that video this weekend, and I think there's going to be a lot of gems in there for you. You ask if any of the chat has niches. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember. It's been a long day. Can you imagine? I've been recording since 9 a.m. Yeah, long time. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, my husband's going to Kenya in October without me. No, I'm joking. I'm literally joking. I forget sometimes that like the banter isn't the same when I say it in public. But yeah, he's going to Kenya with his friends, Nairobi. So yeah, he'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, you just can't post everything. I do have another video talking about how I just kept posting. I talk about the weird things that I did that helped me make progress. And yeah, I do have a video talking about like I just kept posting even when it felt embarrassing. I just kept posting. But I think that was more about like growing your confidence, because I always say give yourself like a 30-day challenge and try your best to post, even if it's just a text post on the YouTube community post. It's not necessarily because you need to post every day, but it's more just about a habit. If you heard of that thing where like if you do it for 21 days, it becomes a habit. And so it's more of like a self-discipline thing. That's the only time I would say like just post, just post, just post. But you don't have to post every day. What you just have to do is be consistent. And you know, since I jumped on YouTube, every week I've had at least one video go out. And do you think that I want to record that much? I mean, I do it all in one day usually. But like, do you think that I want to be like putting videos out every week? No, but I know that like I owe it to you guys and I owe it to myself to stay consistent. Kiddo. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. From helping the tide money at work to digital products. Should I start a new YouTube? I have like 10 videos and like 80 followers. Oh, Patricia, bless you. Is your current YouTube about dental hygiene? Because if you only have like 10 videos, I'd list those videos and keep going with the same YouTube. Because 80 subscribers is still quite a lot. It took me ages. It felt like ages. Like my first 50 or 80 subscribers was the slowest growth I ever had, because you know no one, not no one wants to, but like less people want to follow you when you've got 0 subscribers. So I would keep the same YouTube and just unlist the old videos and just start posting your new videos. Monday, baby, it will be open. Travel's a great niche. Travel is a chef's kiss niche. My advice, try to niche down a little bit. So could you do luxury travel? Could you do budget travel? Could you do traveling around multiple countries, like maybe around South Asia or South America? So I would say like if you can find like a little sub niche within travel, that's going to be really good. The only reason, because there is a lot of travel content creators, some with millions of followers. So if you can find your own little like lane, that'd be great. Yeah, you will. You will. You will gain more subscribers. Don't worry. It's just a journey. Well done, Jane. I'm so happy. Look, I'm gonna take a screenshot, Jane. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna take a screenshot because I always forget. Like that is great work. That is great work. Starting from 0. Well done. Love it. My sister's asking me to pin the comment about the community, but I can't find it. So, yeah, I can't find it. We're going to put it in the description. Not tired. I'm shattered. And it's hot. It's hot in London. I have a big light here. And this is what I like. I always want to say to you guys, it's not always glamorous. I've been recording for 10 hours nearly. 2 of my videos had no sound and one was glitching. So, you know, these things happen. These things happen. You just have to persevere. If we stopped every time it got hard, we would just be poor. Let's be honest. Like hard work, that's what it takes. My niche is family caregivers. Is there an audience for that on Pinterest? It seems small. Let's check, shall we? Let's do it together. Let's do it together quickly. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's check. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Let me open Pinterest first because it's gonna ask me to log in because I was logged into another Pinterest, my personal Pinterest, and I can't show you guys my login pages. Okay. All right, so family caregivers. Sometimes we don't need to have such a niche search term on Pinterest. So let me start off with caregivers. Yeah, so there's a niche. As long as there's a automatically appearing term that's related, there's a niche. So duties of caregivers, caretaker versus caregivers, care quotes, there's loads. There's loads. And I would target the caregiver quotes. Oh, sorry, the caregiver niche more broadly because a lot of people care for their family. Like, I think that's the main aspect of caring, right? Because unless you're a professional caregiver, you're going to be caring for your family. So the answer is yes, darling. Yeah, pin perfection is speaks for itself. Look, you just saw Jane's testimonial, 5 stars. It's one of my best products, and I think I'm gonna affiliate it soon, so you can get income from recommending it. Mentorship is launching on Monday. It's launching on Monday. I might even go live. Should I do a launch party? I've been thinking about doing a launch party. I feel like Monday is like not really a day to do a launch party, so maybe I'll do it on Tuesday. I might do a launch live here on Tuesday. And so it gives you guys the chance if you're not on the wait list, because the special price only is Monday and Tuesday. So I might do a launch party. Um, yeah. Should we do that? Should we do a live? And then I can show you guys inside. I can answer questions. Oh, this sounds like a good idea. I don't usually drink on the weekdays, but I might just give myself a glass of champagne because your girl's been working hard. Hard, hard, hard. Okay. How can I get your pin perfectionist? On my website, my love. On my website. Um, I dropped the link here. I do have more than one website. So when I say that, sometimes I do feel quite bad. So I have more than one. And hold on, let me give you the link. Uh, oh, I don't have. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I do. Short link. Here it is. Yes, do a live. Okay, I'll do a live. I think on Tuesday. I'll do the live on Tuesday. Um, yeah, and my sister can do balloons for me. Shan, you're still on here. I think I've caught everything. My niche is digital journaling, general. I have some success with it, selling it. Okay, go. Let's go. Let's go. Jump on the live on Tuesday and tell me what your plan is. What's your step by step? I can help you. But let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. I'm just stuck with videos of me using the products. I don't know. I think you should start with videos of like how journaling has changed your life. Do you remember that trend? YouTube changed my life and everyone was doing the videos. Do something like that. Journaling has changed my life. Journaling has helped me with this. Journaling has taken me from feeling anxious all the time to having clear, calm, and collected thoughts. That's what I feel like journaling should do. I've been journaling every day for 10 days, and I can't tell you how much um, less anxiety I have. So, to be honest, and I mean this in the nicest way to everyone on this call, no one cares about what your product looks like. No one cares about how many pages it's got. No one cares about how many trackers it's got. They care about what it's actually going to do for them. Like, how is it actually going to change things for them, even if it's not on a huge scale, right? And so, as somebody that was struggling with like overburn and anxiousness, when I first started journaling, I was like, I just want a way to organize my thoughts. I've got about 50 million thoughts in my head. It's like burning me out. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. And that is why I started journaling. I've only been doing it consistently, consistently every day in July. And it really, really helps. So that's the type of thing that you need. Even if you did like a little interview with someone, if you've got like a best friend or brother or sister, you sat down and said like, how's journaling helped you? And obviously prep them if they've not done journaling, but like get other people's perspective from it as well. That's what I would do. Tips for having 9 to 5 and also trying to keep, ugh, that was me up until very recently. um, that was me up until very recently. The only thing you can do is try to create some sort of productivity system for yourself. The video that was giving me so much trouble today was the video I was trying to record on this, on how you can create like a daily schedule. So you almost have like a time block. So what I was doing, and I was quite fortunate, I had a hybrid job. Days when I was in the office, it was just a myth. Like there was just no way that I could create content or work on my business really those days at all, because I was traveling in, being in the office, traveling home. It was a myth. But days that I was working from home, what I was doing is and I'll be honest, like I was waking up at 5 a.m. I was going to the gym for an hour, and then from 6 to like 7:30, I was working. Like I was planning out my content, and I do specific tasks on each day. So I remember like Tuesday was my planning day. I would try and plan every piece of content that I wanted to create. And then the next day I was at home, maybe a Wednesday, whenever it was, I was actually recording either in the morning, in my lunch break, or right after I closed my laptop. And I had to stop working late. Like I was a director, so there was a lot of pressure on me to work extra hours. I took a step back from all of that. Might have been one of the reasons I got let go. Who knows? But I had to, because there was no way I could do a full-time job plus some at work and still have my business. I mean, I did for a while, but the burnout was real. So batch things on separate days. Have a separate day for planning, have a separate day for recording. If you're editing your own content, have a separate day for editing. If you have any degree of disposable income or comfortability, please hire someone to edit for you. Even short form videos, trust me, it helps. There are editors in my one's in the Philippines, Bangladesh, like lots of different countries that are desperate for your work, and it's very affordable. So try to delegate some stuff as well, okay? Because you're only one person. That really helped me. I have a video on the 5 steps that you need to take to start digital products. It's me holding up a PDF like this on my page. Please, please watch that video. If you go into the description box, I then have a blueprint, which is an absolute guide, step by step, no overwhelm, very clear language on exactly how you start. You're going to feel 100 times better after you go through that content, okay? You'll be fine, my love. Yeah, I was saying, Shan, we need some balloons for Tuesday. Okay. Yes, fertility is a great niche. All over Pinterest. Too late for me to show you now because I'm wrapping up, but go and search it now. Go and search on Pinterest now, fertility, pregnancy, anything like that. It's all over. But it's over all different platforms as well. To be fair, there is a lot of content on Instagram about it if you wanted to do Instagram. You're welcome. Can you share more on your community? Okay, my community is the step by step to take you from either having an idea or no idea, having a product, to creating it, to selling it. My vision for the community, this is my vision, that it's going to be the one-stop place for you to get support to make your first 5K in digital products. Now, I cannot, listen to me, guys. I cannot guarantee you're going to make 5K from digital products because you have to do the work, not me. But I will give you all of the steps. It's got a course in there. It's got templates in there. You're going to have monthly calls with me. You get opportunities to ask for feedback on your products. You're going to have all the support and all of the tools and all of the resources that you need to create, sell, launch your first digital product. Anything up to 5K you're earning, you're gonna find a lot of resources in that community. And then once you're above that, that's when you can start to come into coaching with me. That's when I will have a course in the future, which is going to be all about automation and scaling. But that is only really relevant when you're actually making sales every single day. So that is my vision for the community. The course is all about creating and launching digital products. YouTube and Pinterest are part of it. I will in the future, though, have specific courses for those, but I do touch on it inside my community. Plus, there's going to be monthly challenges where we're actually implementing stuff together. And one of the challenges I've planned is starting your own YouTube channel. We're all going to do it together in 1 month, and I'm going to give you all of the support. So I hope that helps. Obviously, I'll have a sales page with lots of information that's going to take me days to write. Great. Okay. What advice do you have to start fertility planning for digital product? Don't know where to start. My same advice to the last person who said they don't know where to start. Go and watch the 5 steps to starting your digital product business. Go into the description bar, grab the blueprint, which tells you the exact steps on what you should do. You've got your niche already. That was 1 step. You've got your niche. You need your product idea. You need to deeply understand your audience. You need to figure out your marketing strategy. So all of the free information that I can offer you is in those videos. And if you're ready to then invest in more paid support, you can jump into my membership, which opens on Monday. Amazing. Amazing. I'm glad, CJ. I'm glad. Yeah. There are people that have been at it for a long time. This is what I said at the start of the live. My one goal is to help you not waste time. There are so many rabbit holes, so many different strategies. People telling you to post on Instagram every day. Not for me. Okay, there's lots of different ways to do this. So you need to pick somebody that you trust and you need to follow their advice and you need to do it consistently, at least for 90 days. You'll see progress if you're consistent. No. And the thing is, I do give away, this is, I'm aware that live is overrunning, but this is a thing that some people say to me, stop giving away so much information. The way I see it, information is free. I can give you information until I'm blue in the face, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to do anything with it. Information without implementation is just overwhelm, okay? So I don't mind. I always share all the information that I have. But what I say is if you want help, support, accountability, which is more my time to help you implement and to be the coach, that's what you need, a mentor, a coach, then that's when you need to jump in a community. Okay. But otherwise, information's free. There's nothing that I wouldn't tell you because I can't have someone telling me I can just go and chat GPT and they'll give me the answer. I would die. If I've got the answer, I would give it to you. So actually having the information and doing something with it is 2 completely different things. Medical coding. That's amazing. Never heard of it, but it sounds great. It sounds great. And anything that gets mums out of toxic workplaces and working from where they want, if you want to work from home, that's where I want to work from. I love it. I'm late to the party. Don't worry, babe. It will be recorded. It will be recorded. Yeah, my main source of traffic is exactly. Email isn't traffic. I only send emails to people after they're already on my list. So my traffic drivers, Pinterest and YouTube, get people on my email list. My emails are more about conversion. So if you haven't bought from me, but you're on my email list, it's my goal to get you to buy, basically. And I do that by building trust, giving you more value. And not everyone's going to buy, and that's fine. But that's what email's about conversion. I don't use TikTok anymore. I was a TikTok girl. There was a time when I was just going on live on TikTok every day, like it was going out of fashion. But I don't, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to TikTok or Instagram. YouTube has just done so much for my business, so we'll see. I don't rule it out. I never rule anything out. Sometimes I like to run little experiments. Sometimes I like to say, for 30 days, I'm just going to try something. So I am going to try an Instagram for 30 days. I want to let you know. I'm obviously going to let you guys know how it goes, but not now. After I've launched my community. You're welcome. Introvert video dropping this weekend. I didn't think when I made it, I said to my editor, I don't think this is going to get any views, not because it's a bad video, but I just thought like, I don't know how many people are also introverts that are looking for this kind of information, but it looks like it will. Oh. Send me a video of your panel. I would love to repost. What about customer service and digital marketing space? I mean, I think there's a lot of people that can benefit from better customer service. I don't know if there's people that are going to pay for it. It depends what your solution is. If it's a custom GPT, which helps people generate customer service responses much quicker, or if it's some sort of AI agent that automates the whole problem, then your first customer is right here. Is right here. But otherwise, a lot of this stuff can be done with AI. Oh yeah, information is free. It always is. Always is. Okay, it looks like this introvert. You guys better watch my introvert video then, because if it tanks, I'm never making another introvert video again. That's why you have me to post for you. Yeah, my sister really helps me out. She really does. It's going to be in the description box, my lovely. Give me 5 minutes after the live. It will be in the description box. But otherwise, we're going to be live on Tuesday. And yeah, you guys are going to be able to jump in straight away. Okay, I've got to the end. 10 minutes late. But it's okay. I will wrap it up now, guys, because I have been recording since 9 a.m. It's really, really tired. But I hope that this was useful. You'll see my introvert video dropping at the weekend. I will see you for the live launch party. Can I give you the name? Yeah, it's going to be called Digital Money Moves, shortened to DMM. That's going to be my community name. So we're going to be celebrating that on Tuesday. I might have some balloons. I might have some DMM balloons in the background. And yeah, I'm really, really grateful for all of your support. Really, really grateful as somebody that came on YouTube scared shitless. Let's be honest. You guys have really embraced me, and I just hope that I can really continue to give back. And I have every intention of doing so. Links to everything I will drop into the description. I always forget to do that before. Apologies. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Let's grow. Exactly. All right. Bye.